Welcome to Quick Charge. It's November 12th, 2024, and I'm your host, Joe Boris. Big news for today is there's an all-new Cadillac out there. Meet the Cadillac Vistiq, a luxury three-row electric SUV with more than 300 miles of range. The Vistiq is a three-row SUV that will sit between the Lyriq and larger Escalade IQ, a mini Escalade, if you will. And like its big brother, the Escalade IQ, the midsize SUV, will feature Cadillac's sleek new design theme. One of the first things you'll notice is the illuminated pinstripe grille up front, signaling the SUV's status as an EV. The Vistiq will also feature luxury brand's signature vertical head and taillights, while more expensive trims get a black crystal shield. Inside, the new Vistiq is engineered to provide spaciousness for passengers in all three rows and loaded with advanced tech and features, including a massive 33-inch LED infotainment screen. For an even safer drive, you can opt for the available night vision, which uses infrared sensors to detect people or animals in your way. The Vistiq is powered by a 102 kilowatt-hour battery pack, and Cadillac expects the electric SUV to offer more than 300 miles of EPA range. With up to 615 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, this mini Escalade will go from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds with the Velocity Max feature. The standard all-wheel drive system with road noise cancellation technology gives you a quiet, peaceful drive you've been waiting for. Cadillac will sell the Vistiq globally, including in the US and Canada. Production will start early in 2025 at GM's Spring Hill, Tennessee manufacturing facility. The Cadillac Vistiq SUV will initially be available in luxury, sport, and premium luxury trims. GM says a platinum trim with added performance elements and design options will launch in the summer of 2025. Cadillac's new three-row electric SUV will start at $78,790, including destination. Next up will be the Vistiq's big brother, the Escalade IQ, so stay tuned for more information there. Now, if you're not quite ready to spend $80,000 on a brand new SUV, you might want to consider a used EV. Expect more cheap Tesla vehicles from Hertz as the sell-off continues. In 2021, Hertz made a major move to electrify its rental fleet, ordering more than 100,000 Tesla Model 3s and later adding Model Ys. This Tesla fleet boosted Hertz's customer satisfaction, but issues soon arose when Tesla cut prices on the Model 3 and Y in 2022 and 23 respectively, thus sharply reducing resale values. That hit Hertz hard, as it relies on fleet resale value for its financial health and profitability. When the Model 3 held up 90% of its value within 3 years as of 2020, recent declines have seen more than 50% of the value erased, with Model Y values dropping even more. To help mitigate those losses, Hertz announced plans to sell about 20,000 Teslas early this year. It's worth noting, though, that while Hertz's Tesla purchase was its largest, the company also added EVs from Polestar and GM to its fleet. Now, during the release of its latest earnings this week, Hertz says it aims to sell 30,000 of its EVs this year and continue selling them throughout 2025. That's according to Bloomberg. The car rental company reports depreciation is up 89% to $537 per vehicle per month. You can go on Hertz's website right now and buy Tesla Model 3 vehicles for under $25,000. And remember, depending on where you are, you can also get used vehicle EV incentives, whether that's from your state, federal government, or the utility. So be sure to find out all you can and do your research before you pull the trigger. Now, despite all that depreciation, that doesn't mean that EVs are failing at their stated mission. And Rivian CEO is urging more people to confront the existential threat of climate change in a new video memo that he released earlier today. Rivian knows that building EVs is not enough to address the threat of climate change. On Tuesday, RJ Scaringe, Rivian CEO, issued an urgent call to action, saying that now is the time to make history. Scaringe says we are alive during, quote, one of the most significant moments in recorded human history. Society has advanced greatly over the past few hundred years due to new technology and industrial capabilities, producing capabilities that were previously unimaginable. However, that same technology is destroying the only home we have, slowly but surely, not only for humans, but also seeing a rate of extinction on Earth that's never been seen before. You can watch RJ's entire memo here on YouTube. I'll put the link to that in the show notes. Scaringe said that in this moment we have a choice, and in a perfect world, when we look back in another few thousand years, there will be a little blip called the fossil fuel era. It'll cover how humans rapidly industrialized with advanced new technology, but also develop a deep dependency on fossil fuels. And hopefully that'll be something that we can get past. Now, if you're the kind of person who wants to go out and enjoy nature and be a part of it without ruining it, Blue Eddy is for you. Today's episode is, of course, sponsored by Bluetti. They're our title sponsor this month, and they're also a leading provider of sustainable energy solutions and specialize in portable power stations, solar generators, and energy storage systems. As a provider of dependable and portable energy solutions, Bluetti has become an industry leader with a presence in over 100 countries that is trusted by millions of customers worldwide. Its portfolio of clean, portable energy solutions continues to grow, offering customers viable options for all uses and budgets. The solutions offer dependable power with plenty of plugs to connect devices wherever you are. That portfolio includes the AC70, AC180, AC200L, and Bluetti's latest technology, the hands-free line of all-in-one backpack power stations. Now through November 28th, you can save up to 52% on select Bluetti products during its exclusive Black Friday pre-event sale. You can explore all the deals of BluettiPower.com and be sure to use promo code BLUETTI5OFF for 5% of all power stations site-wide using the link in the YouTube description below. We're always very grateful to have Bluetti here as part of the team. They love supporting what we're doing. We love supporting what they're doing, so it works out great. Someone else that likes to support what we're doing and we like to support what they're doing is, of course, Electrify Expo. These guys are good friends of mine, and I was out at Electrify Expo at Circuit of the Americas this past weekend having a great time with the stainless steel Optimus, electric DeLoreans, a pair of new Polestar EVs, and even a tail sliding adventure in a Ford Mustang Mach-E rally car. That was, of course, the last stop for Electrify Expo in the 2024 season, and it had something for everyone, especially Cybertrucks. There were so many Cybertrucks there, you guys. It was absolutely bonkers. But the real reason people flocked to Electrify Expo, and they do, more than 20,000 people showed up to the track over the weekend, is to check out the latest EVs from all their favorite OEMs. And to that end, Porsche had its latest Macan EV, GMC had both the Hummer EV and Sierra Denali EV. Polestar had its Model 3 and 4 on display. Lucid showed off an early production Gravity. Rivian showed off the R2. There was a new Lexus plug-in hybrid and even a stainless steel skin version of the Optimus robot, rounding out my favorites there. But it wasn't just about seeing cars. It was about driving them. See, unlike a traditional auto show where you can walk around some of the static vehicles and maybe sit in them, Electrify Expo lets attendees actually drive these vehicles, sometimes around the racetrack like COTA this weekend, sometimes on public roads like the perimeter roads around the Circuit of the Americas, and sometimes on dedicated experiential tracks purpose-built to showcase each car's unique abilities. And if you've ever seen a dirt-focused obstacle course with Jeeps running around it at your local auto show, you get the idea. And while the same kind of thing exists here at Electrify, I had to hand it to Ford for taking it to the next level with the new Mustang Mach-E rally car that was driven by a professional driver on a closed 90-second-ish rally course just off the main parking lot. I had a real good time with this. I'm going to show the video now, so you're probably looking at that now instead of my beautiful face. And that was the most fun I had all weekend. It was right there, setting the tone as you parked your vehicle, started to walk over to the show showgrounds. So it was really well placed. And by the time I was leaving, it had almost a 2-hour line. So obviously a lot of people were excited about it as well. But that's not the end. You know, we like to end these shows talking about the grid, talking about sustainability, talking about solar and other sustainable means of generating power. And to that end, we're talking about Tesla, which celebrated a milestone of 1,000 Powerwalls made in a day, but they had previously claimed to be able to do twice as many. Now, what does that mean? Now, Fred Lambert, as you know, he's one of the leaders here at Electrek, and he covers anything and everything about Tesla. And a few months ago, he covered a story about how Tesla announced the capability of producing more than 700,000 Powerwall units each year. As explained in that article, Tesla released a video showcasing production of the Powerwall 3 in August, claiming that it could produce 700,000 of those units in a single year. Now, 4 months later, Tesla is celebrating the first time that they ever produced 1,000 in a single day. Now, I'm not a mathematologist, but that works out to 365,000 units per year if it's able to maintain that blistering pace from now on. As reported in August, we were surprised to see Tesla reporting a capacity as high as 700,000, considering Tesla had reported producing just 500,000 Powerwalls throughout its first 8 years of production. And now it claims to be able to produce more than half that in just a year. So it remains to be seen what's actually going on there. Fred will suss it out. That's what he does. And you'll be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss what we finally dig up there.